Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about the infamous serial killer of Alaska. It was a man by the name of Lewis Hastings. He was born on January 1st, 1944 in Kansas. He was described as a very quiet and shy kid. It was said that his father disapproved of him, and this weighed on him mentally. He ended up being treated for chronic depression, but this didn't really have too much of an effect on him because he continued to be a very caring person and love animals. After he finished school, he served in the Air Force, and from there he became a computer programmer. He began working at Stanford University in 1975 and went on to meet a librarian who also worked there, and the two got married. The two decided to quit their jobs and uproot from California to Alaska in 1980. They moved into a duplex in Anchorage, Alaska, and Lewis operated a computer service company. There was another company in Alaska known as the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. Lewis did not like this operation because it brought a lot of economic growth and a lot more people to Alaska, and he was very opposed to this. He actually wanted to stop this whole operation from happening. The two ended up buying a house on a copper mine, and they spent the summer of 1982 fixing up and repairing this house that they bought. By 1983, him and his wife were having marital problems, and his company was not doing so good. This is when he began his plan of attacking the whole pipeline operation. He ended up buying multiple guns and at least 2,000 rounds of ammo. He created his own silencer and began preparing for what was to come next. He also compiled a list of at least 200 Alaskan politicians and civic leaders. On February 28, 1983, he had his neighbor over. His name was Chris Richards, and the two just hung out at Hastings' house, drinking and playing board games. The following morning at 8:30 a.m., Hastings armed himself with 2 pistols and went over to Richards' house. Richards invited him in for a cup of coffee, and the two sat there and talked. When Richards reached for his cup of coffee, Hastings pulled the gun out and shot at him. It destroyed his glasses and injured his eye. He ended up firing a second round, and it grazed his head. Richards ended up falling to the ground, pleading for Hastings to stop, and that was when Hastings began mocking him. Hastings ended up stabbing Richards, and he fled the scene. He went to his neighbor's house, and Hastings continued to search for him. During the search, Hastings couldn't find Richards. He ended up setting a cabin on fire. He ended up going home and grabbing his silenced gun and headed to the post office. When he got there, he shot 2 more people. Tim Nash, who was another neighbor, went on to warn people of Lewis Hastings and what he was doing. He ended up taking Chris Richards to be flown out to go seek medical attention. Lewis Hastings went on and ended up killing 6 people and wounding 2 others, and Chris Richards, the one who got shot multiple times and stabbed, ended up living. He ended up being caught and was tried in 1984 for 6 counts of murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. He ended up being sentenced to 6 99 terms for first-degree murder and 2 20-year terms for attempted murder. And that is the story of Lewis Hastings of Alaska. To keep up with the infamous serial killers of all 50 states, go ahead and press that subscribe button and the bell notification. That way you get notified whenever I post a new video. But until next time, bye guys.